Hey guys, it's BB, or I guess I should probably use CJ this time. Hey guys, it's CJ, and I'm gay. Well, to be more specific, I'm pretty gay. Not solidly gay, but pretty gay. And I think I should have probably thought more about this video because it's something I have never really done before, but nevertheless very excited. And if that, I don't know, I guess triggers you, please go ahead and leave this video behind. Just go ahead and go away. Go on with the rest of your day. If you're a child, I suppose, please go and just go and not watch this video, because right now I'm going to talk about the best LGBT friendly mobile dating game I've ever seen. And no, it doesn't contain any sexual scenarios or content, which is amazing that it doesn't rely on sexual content. But still, if you know your parents are going to disown you for watching this video, please just, it's okay. So, and if you're still here, boy, this is one of the best mobile dating games I've ever seen. It is my favorite. I feel, my face doesn't show it, but I am aggressively in love with this game, and I feel almost ashamed that I haven't played it in so long. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's 5:09 a.m. I am running on 2 sips of coffee by now, provided by yours truly, Jesus Christ. But I should have probably thought this through. But to be more specific, this game is the best mobile dating game I've ever seen. Not just LGBT specifically, but just in general. And it bothers me so much that nobody talks about it. And if I do find somebody who talks about it, it's it's not enough. Also, yes, I'm whispering. I'm sorry. It is 5:11 a.m. Okay, everybody's still asleep. I just want to show you this game called Lovestruck. Choose Your Romance. It should be loading by now. And it's available for free in the Apple Play Store. I'm just showing. Okay, it's available for free for in the Google Play Store and in Kindle. It was the very first place I found this game, and boy, I don't know where to start. Okay. This video is probably, I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to be, because I just want to talk about this game in general. And I do want to go ahead and talk about all the individual stories, but because it's this game deserves more likes. Okay, just one of the main reasons why I love this game so much and why I recommend. Oh, this is not an ad, by the way. I just genuinely love this game, and I'm so pissed that nobody talks about it. One of the reasons why I love this game so much is because it has so many stories. Like, no, for real. Like most dating games I've seen on online or on other apps, it usually evolves around a singular story with a set amount of characters. Usually, of course, usually they're all heterosexual pairings. You as the main female, and you're surrounded by tons of male characters that are different from each other, which I don't have a problem with. But the best thing about this game is that there are, at least as I remember, there are over 50 stories in this game. And not only that, these 50 stories are all divided into different categories. It's been such a long time since I've been in this game, and so many stories have already been added, but just by that sheer amount alone, it's impressive. It's one story for each character, from each story. So, for example, when I first came here, when I first got this game, I'm going to briefly explain how this game works, because it doesn't explain how it works. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't give you specific instructions what to do. But as soon as you find your way around, it becomes amazing. When you first get this game, it asks you what kind of gender you prefer, male or female, and then gives you two types of that gender. For my experience, I chose female because I'm gay, pretty gay, and it gave me the option of doctor and hustler, and that was pretty confusing from the get-go, but I just rode with it. So I chose doctor, and immediately it took me to, where was it? Again, kids, shoo. It took me to this screen. With Serena. And because I had no idea what was happening, what I was supposed to do, I just went ahead and clicked the little ticket icon in the corner, and without realizing it, I've played the story, or Serena's story, for an insane amount of time that I didn't realize that I could have just pressed X and chosen the stories right here. But my point is, after you get through that screen, you can choose to exit it, or just go ahead and play along with it. But okay, as an example, when you get to the screen, I hope it's showing in the recording. Is it showing the recording? I hope it is. When you get to the screen, you have several different buttons. Okay. Oh, and if you look at the corner, it says free first episode. All the stories are free for the first episode, meaning it doesn't require any tickets, which is pretty much the means you have to play these games. Each story has a few seasons. Here we go. This is much better. I'll use it later. Each season has different episodes. I don't want to go too far. Season 2. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. I haven't played Serena in a long while. Okay. But again, this game is not focused on sexual images. There's no unacceptable content. I swear. I do swear. This isn't out of comedy. It is. I am telling the truth. But yeah, in order to play an episode, you need to use one ticket. And the tickets, if we zoom in on the tickets, over here at the top, where it says +2. Okay. You have the option, of course, to buy your tickets online. Yeah, it's typical for in-app purchases. But if you don't have the means to, every time you use a ticket, it takes about 2 hours for another ticket to load. And depending on what kind of gamer you are, that might either piss you off, or that might be a great idea. In my case, when I first got this game for my Kindle, I wasn't really keen on playing. I didn't have any big expectations. I just wanted to see what kind of stories this game offered, and if it took me, I don't know, days or hours to complete a single story, it was fine by me. I don't know if I should mention this, but if you do search Lovestruck, Choosy Romance on YouTube, The number one result you will always get, or usually get, is the hacks to get an unlimited amount of tickets and hearts. Hearts is another currency. Okay, these hearts provide certain choices in some stories, or actually certain choices in all your stories require a certain amount of hearts. And sometimes these choices are things that you really, really want to make. But unless you have those hearts, unless you have the right amount of hearts, you won't be able to get it. Now, here's another nice tidbit. Every day when you open this, and if you go here to the right hand corner, every now and then there are challenges for this game. So, for example, it says here, if you read 2 episodes today, or in the 9 hours that's left, you get to have plus 3 hearts, which is nice. Okay. And next to that is, of course, the settings. Oh, and I highly recommend to have the text background on. The text background is basically a black little screen on the bottom with a little, and you get to choose what kind of opacity or transparency it has. I like to keep it in the middle, just so I'm able to see a little bit of the scene, but also I want to see the text. Oh, and one more thing. There are no voices. There are no voices in this game. It's just purely text and amazing music, amazing sound effects, sound design, and amazing character design, and amazing writing. It's so infuriating that nobody talks about this. You can find all their social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. What else? You can turn vibrations on for no specific reason. And this is new. Lovestruck shorts. I've never seen that. But okay, here's another thing. Every time you open this game, there's usually a daily reward for free. Every time you open this, the next day, it gives you puzzle pieces. Right now, okay, just for the sake of showing it, I want to show you how it works. Again, this is supposed to be free. You get 1 free chance every day. But what happens is, okay, it gives you these little card puzzle pieces, things, or awards, and I'm just gonna choose what I usually choose, that piece. Oh, I got a puzzle piece, and that goes to there, over here. Come on, over here in the trophy section, no, reward section, here in the upper right. Okay, this has actually been revamped some time ago, and it's much more organized since then. But okay, all you have to do is click the part where it says has exclamation point, and holy shit, I'm not censoring myself. This is not a video for kids. This is not a game for kids. Holy shit, I just need 1 more piece and I'm gonna get 10 hearts. Just by looking here at the stories, you already have such variety. While we're here, I might as well talk about them. Hold on, let me just power up. My Jesus juice is gonna give me all the strength I need for LGBT month. Jesus juice sounds like semen. I swear to God, or I swear to you, God, or to you, Jesus, that I don't want to drink your semen. I think that's disgusting. I prefer another type of juice. So the last time I've been here, there wasn't these 2 first stories right now, the Queen of Thieves and Sweet Enchantment. They weren't there. They're completely new stories, and I'm very excited to give them a try. But for now, I'm going to talk about each of these other individual stories. And if you guys, holy shit, I'm sweating.
I swear I'm sweating like a sinner in church.
I'm sweating like a sinner in church. So, and just so you can see, I'm pretty sure you could see here at the very top, these are announcements about the game. They're generally just weekend challenges, announcements for new releases. Every now and then I try to avoid looking at these because they're pretty spoilery, but at the same time they're not. So just so you know, and everybody is waking up. Heaven Falls for Lovers is a fantasy story. Vampires, werewolves, and demons, oh my. Life in a small town seems so simple until your sister goes missing. And the only ones willing to help you are supernatural beings. Trusting a monster takes bravery and courage. And maybe just a little bit of love. Here's another thing I like about this game. When this story first came, it only had two options. One for Mackenzie, the werewolf, and one for Diego, the vampire. One thing I don't like about most dating games that include LGBT options is that there's usually only one option for there's multiple options for the male counterpart and just one option for the female part, which I didn't really have a problem at first. But one day, when suddenly they updated this story with two more options for male characters, and then another option for another female character, Vanessa the Hunter, and another option for a non-binary character, which is JD, the Jersey Devil. It blew my mind. I've never seen a game be so inclusive. Haven Falls for Lovers is fantasy, dark fantasy, fantasy that involves our kind of fantasy, modern fantasy, and then Love and Legends. Love and Legends is a more old-timey fantasy with knights and magicians and wizards and elves and queens and queens. And then Starship Promise is sci-fi. It involves you going into space. No, you're in space. You completely set in an alternate universe timeline. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention. You get to decide what your name is, first and last name, and if you want to keep your progress, you can sign in with your Facebook account. Honestly, this is probably one of the main reasons why I haven't deleted my Facebook account until now. Recently, I've been wondering why I even have a Facebook account to begin with. I happened to open this game up again, and I realized if I deleted my account, all of my progress will be gone. Yay. So this one is a little bit late. It only has one option for a female character, which is fine. And then Gangsters in Love. Okay, this is an action series. And believe it or not, this was the first story that convinced me to try the other male counterparts, which I've never done for the other story. Because compared to the rest of them, this story is the one that feels most grounded to reality. Yes, a gangster story is the one that feels most grounded to reality. I don't like gangster stuff. I don't like gangster men or women. But for some reason, the storytelling in this game was enough to convince me to try everything. But because of my homo-romantic heart, I decided to just stick to Aurora. The next one is Astoria Fate's Kiss. Now, this is another fantasy story. And this focuses on Greek gods and monsters. Greek gods and monsters living among humans can be a dangerous matter. What will you do when 7 mythical beings approach you for help? Okay, one great thing about this story is that it has one non-binary option, which is Cyprin or Cyprin, I'm not sure, and one female character. I'll give this story props because a lot of the stories here have reached marriage and childbirth levels of storytelling. I clap to that. But out of all the stories in this game, this one was the one I had the most trouble sticking to because I don't know. Maybe I'll give this another chance. Maybe it's because I haven't, out of all the stories Medusa's is the one that confused me the most. The next one is Villainous Knights. Oh yeah, I remember the time this came out, and I think the options then were Andy Kim and Duke. I think. Okay, this is another action film. This is another action story, and the twist here is it's about villains, and I think you're supposed to be a villain as well, which immediately attracted my attention. And another bonus of this is there are two male counterparts and two female counterparts equal. I love it. Move. Castaway. Okay, Castaway Love's Adventure was the first story I stumbled upon. Not dead. I didn't realize that I could have just chosen a different story from it, but this is an adventure series where basic story is you and all these people in a ship get stranded in an island, and things ensue. It's a little bit, from what I remember, it was a little bit silly at times, but yeah, kind of like a story of fate, a story of fate's kiss. This story required a lot of forgiving from my part, and it was a pretty fun story. The world is coming to life. Okay, what else? What else? To Love and Protect. Okay, To Love and Protect is an action series which I never got around to finishing actually but surprisingly, like the Gangsters in Love story, this one also got my attention for a long time because what the main premise of it is you're a normal college student and you happen to be, or you find out that you're the daughter of the President of the United States, and you have all these people guarding you. You have four male counterparts and one female counterpart. And everything was pretty cut and dry. There was no special stuff going around. I'm sad that it only has four seasons. Because I did love this. I did love this story. The art style is different from the rest, but I still loved it anyway. I think. No. Spoilers. Okay. I want to save those two stories for myself. Or if you guys want me to try and play those two stories. Oh, the last one is Speak Easy Tonight. So this one is a historical story taking place in probably in 1940s, 1930s America. I'm not sure. But what basically happens is you started as a normal girl, but then you realize that you are the new owner of a speakeasy, and you enter this dangerous world of mafia-like people, and I did like this. Strangely enough, I did like this story, but I think it reached a point where it started to ring too true. We all know that back then in this time, LGBT wasn't exactly accepted as much as it was now, or actually probably still is the same. But yeah, maybe I'll go back and try these again. Okay, now I'm spoiling myself. If you have any question, I'd be more than happy to answer them. No, this is not an ad. Again, this is not sponsored or anything. I just really like this game. Nobody talks about this game. Maybe I'll go ahead and try either Queen of Thieves or Sweet Enchantments the next time, because all of these women, I would be more than happy to go ahead and explore these two new stories, or talk about all these other stories. And hold on, there are 3 female counterparts for Sweet Enchantments. I love this game so much. But yeah, I am open to discussing or playing each of these stories again, even if it's from the very start. Although I made so much progress with Althea, but I guess there's nothing else I can talk about. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great LGBT month. See you guys in the next video.